This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let's continue the CDS view. So we have done the first template in the previous class. Now let's do inner join. So we have to take some tables which has some common data. Maybe I will take this time these two tables. So I take these two tables and link this field and we do the inner join. So right click, new, other ABAP repository. And in the core data services, we have to select data definition. Now just give this name. Next, next. We have to select this. Last time we discussed by selecting define view. This time we select define view with join. So finish. Here we need to give SQL view name. So can we give the same name of CDS view or data definition here?
No.
No, we can't do that. We can.
One doubt, Venkat. How can I will come to know whether which schema we are using for this? It will be stored in which schema?
No, where we are using the web perspective, right? We are not
Ah,
using
schema. Okay, okay. Got it.
this is a web perspective. We are selecting any package or local object and we are creating. That's it. This is the name of CDSU or data definition. This is the SQL view name. Here we give dictionary table, or else you can also create CDSU from another CDSU. That also I will show you now. Okay. Here I am selecting because we are going to use inner join. I give one data source here, for example, as flight, and here I give a scan. One moment, guys. I will just come one moment. Yeah, I came back. Yeah, if you want, you can give alias names here, or else if you want, you can give as A, as B, and then you can use it, or else you can give the common name here. Here you need to give the field names like if you do control space, you are able to see. We can also do same operations whatever we did before, like concatenation. We can also do like this. Usually if you want to do this, but let's see some error it is showing here already exists. So SQL view already exists. Maybe I give some like this. So same operations you can do, but if you want to write this in ABAP, it's so big logic you have to write. But here not only concatenation, actually this is from first table, this is from second table, you can do multiplications, divisions, whatever we did before, you can do all those things. Now, as usual, you can go to GUI, you can see this, but last time we also checked, we can also use either CDS view or data definition or SQL view to select data. You can use any one of this. So this is the CDS view or data definition. This is the SQL view. We are able to see data here. Now let us see, before going to another template, we created many data definitions or CDS views here. For example, CDS3, this one we have done like this, or CDS4 we have done like this, CDS5 we have just done. Use any of this. We will use any of this when we create another CDS view. For example, let's try to use the same thing. Like till now we used only database dictionary tables. Now we will use, let's give here data source name as this one. Now we are giving data source name as, but here we have selected join template. But if you select the first template, I think so it's same like, even you don't select first template, you can just remove this. See define view as select from. Now here if you do control space, see you are able to see all fields of that this CDS view. So you can select and you can create it. Even you can use in any template. You can use any template. Actually, you know this is the CDS view or DDL view name already created. You can also use this as a data source. You can use here while selecting data. You can use dictionary tables or even other CDS views like this. Now, before going to discuss another template association, because association and inner join both are same, there is very minimal difference, but let me show you what is that. For example, when you do foreign key relation, Here you know cardinality, right? Anyone know what is this cardinality?
One key from one table to another thing. One is to zero or zero is to one.
Yes. Here we have 1 is to 1, 1 is to n, right? Means in left table, one for every one record in left table, it displays multiple n records in right table if it is 1 is to n. If it is 1 is to 1, it means for every one record in left table, it displays only one record in item table. So that is cardinality. Same thing you have, but you usually if you use inner join, by default you have 1 to n, 1 to n. But in association, you have the option to choose this cardinality. That is only the difference between association and inner join. Let me show you now. New other ABAP repository, core to data service, data definition. Association. If you look at association, you can see the same thing like inner join only. Here you can give the SQL view name. Here let us give exploit, maybe scar. It's same like inner join. Here you see association one means by default 1 to 1. It's like Elias name for association name. If you want, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can remove it or you can give other name also. So here let's give as flight char ID. You can keep association name here. Give the char ID. Here you can give the field names. If you want association name, field names. If you do control space, you will get all these things. And similarly, you can also select if you want to give first one, you can give, and you can also do concatenations and like. Let me show you now. I will also show you different blocks and documentation once I have gone through this template. You have a lot of scope there to explore yourself. I will show you tomorrow all those threads. See, we are able to see now. If you want, if you give like this, it's like 1 to n. By default, it is 1 to 1. If you give like it is 1 to n. So this is what about association. If you go to another template, core to data service, data definition. So view with parameters. Actually, yesterday and in the previous class, when we created CDS view or DDL view, you can select data like a normal one. Once you created CDS view, select star from table where the field in CDS view equal to parameter, those things we can do. But what is the use of this parameter? This parameter is implicitly in the CDS view itself. So then you ask question, can we have select options? You don't have anything select options here, but I will show you tomorrow. You can make select options also using this parameter. Or else like we did in the previous class, you can do normal externally, you can pass your select options. But let us see what it is.
Venkat, one question, Venkat here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now you have selected view with, there is a different types of views. View with joint, simple views, view with joints, view with association, view with parameter. Whether this kind of questions will be asked in interview also.
yeah. They will ask what are the templates, what are the different types of templates. When we use inner join, when what is that template, what is this template, what template we have used. Yes, they will ask. Based
But
on
there
your
is no, but unknowingly I have defined a simple view and all of a sudden I have to use parameter, whether it will accept those things. Initially I started with simple view, but I wanted to use parameter.
yeah, based on your requirement, right? For example, you want to show in somewhere ABAP report or somewhere only from one table by doing some calculations or concatenations. Then you go for simple view. Let's say you have two, three tables, you want to join them. So then you go for join, right? But until you have explicitly there is a requirement you want to show only cardinality one to, and then you go for association. But this parameter, implicitly you are creating parameter like modeling new parameter, but it's not needed. Why? Because let me show you. For example, last time we have done this, right? Here you can also do this is something else, but for example, let me take some CDS3, okay? CDS3 parameter. For example, look at this CDS3. We have not created any parameters here, okay? We are selecting data from KNA1. Maybe what I want to do, usually, we can do this. Time being, I am using old syntax, KNA1. Here I used Kunnar land one, name one, right by name and also something AM because I need to know these declarations to use it. But I am not using all these things. I am using only Kunnar land one name one, for example. So what I will do, type. We don't write star because we are not selecting all Kunnar. It's normal old SQL only, so you can write. Yeah, I have given wrong name. You can give either SQL view name or anything, you already know that. So, right? So, usually you do like this. Here, what we can do, same like normal table and all. So, you can also do like this, right? Did you get me what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, I got it. I got it.
So,
Even though it is not defined in the CDS view, but in our C38 program, we can define parameters or select options and use those things.
exactly. That's what I mean. So, that's what, that is implicit parameter you can say. This is like as usual how you do. So maybe tomorrow I will show you about select options also, but let me show you that that is also can be done.
Esconar for
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So this can be done. But here, whatever template we are doing, that is internal parameter. So let's see that now. So define view with parameter, write SQL line. It's SQL view. So here you need to give parameter name. Let's say, let's give p underscore, for example, land or something. P underscore L I have given. Here you have to give the data type, but you can give multiple parameters just by putting comma and p, and that you can do here by give if you want multiple parameters. But here you have to give the data source from where you are selecting the data. Let's say if you give KNA1 here, then what columns you are selecting? Kunnar, land 1, name 1. Okay. Yeah, because it's still loading. The right side you can see. Now let me activate it. Now if you go to even DDL view, data definition view or SQL view, let's say right click, open with data preview. Let's say if I give IN, we are able to see all the data, not only IN. Why? What is the reason? We are expecting to see only IN, but we are able to see all data. Any reason by looking at this?
clause is not read.
Yes, because we didn't write where condition, right? So we should write where land one equal to, when you mention here, you should write colon p underscore l. Usually, in HANA SQL, if you mention any variables and all, you should write it. Now, how to use this in ABAP, in programs and all that we need to understand. See, now you are able to see only IN. And let's see how to use this. For example, let's write parameters. P underscore land, type land one. Now select star from. When you write these things like internal parameter and this parameter, here in the bracket you need to mention what parameter here, P underscore L you should mention here. Then equal to, you should mention this parameter like at the rate. Here we use the parameters with at the rate in new OpenSQL. That's it. Yeah, because we have not yet completed. Select star from into table at the rate data. So in case if you want to mention these parameters implicitly, you should mention like this. The left side is the parameter, this one, and the right side is this one, this one. But when you mention any parameters in the new OpenSQL, you should write at the rate like this. If you want, we can select data. You can look at the data now. So this is what, but like we have another template, extend view, and also tomorrow I will show another template because tomorrow I will show you a lot of blogs and like threads and some documentation where you can refer a lot of stuff. But before that, I want to show like extension view. But usually extension view is used to, I will also show you that in which cases we will extend all. Extend view is used to extend standard CDS views. Okay, that we will see, but we don't use this to extend the custom CDS views, because if you want to do the custom CDS view extension, you can go directly to that view, right? You can go to ABAP perspective, go to the package, go to core data services or dictionary based on the version. You can go to the CDS view or DDL view, and directly you can add whatever field you want. Like when you add any field to the custom table, you directly change and add it, right? You don't use append structure and all. Same way here also, we use extend view for adding fields in the standard CDS views, not custom CDS views. But here I'm showing you how to do that new other ABAP repository, core data service data definition. For example, this is your extend CDS view. Next, let's select extend view. So this is your SQL view append name. Okay, you can give any name here, but here what view you are extending you should give. For example, I am extending this CDS view or DDL view. Extend view. We are extending this view, right? This is the name of this CDS view or data. But SQL view append means anything you can give. Let's say ZOSS 400 underscore APP, for example. So obviously, while extending, while creating this view, whatever data sources you use, you can extend only from the table. You can't extend from other tables which were not used here. That we need to understand. Even if you do control space, you can see. So here the base view is, I think KNA1 is the base view. If you go ZOSS, I think it's not SQL. Okay, that's what it's CDS. If you go here, we are creating CDS 10, but we want to extend this, for example, or this you want to extend, right? You need to mention that which you are extending. But when you do control space, you are able to see all the fields of that, see, of the data source. But what you need to do is you should not use here some other data source field. You should not use some other. What I mean is, this is the base CDS view or base DDL view or base source. Here, while creating, only KNA1 has used data source. So you can use only KNA1 fields during extension, not from LFA1 and all. That you need to understand. Okay, now my question for you guys. Where in SC11, in which view I can see these added fields? Can anyone tell me? In SC11,
ZOSS 400 underscore CDS 10. We can see the newly added field.
okay, coming to SQL view, I am asking. This is CDS view, okay. I'm talking about SQL view point of view. If you see, this is just whatever you have done here, you can see. This is CDS view, okay. You don't see something different here. Same thing you can see here, right? Whatever you are able to see, you can see. But this doesn't have any SQL view name, but this has append name. But this is like SQL view name. This is like append name. Okay, but exactly which view we enhance here, which CDS view we enhance is this one, isn't it?
3.
But what is the corresponding SQL view? There we should see, correct? Because we enhanced this view, so the corresponding SQL view should have those fields, added fields. Are we able to see those as append?
Yes, yes, got it.
So this is the way actually. Okay, now actually when we use extend CDS view in S4 HANA system, okay, I'm going to show you that. In S4 system, some tables, for example, MSEZ, not all table. If you go extra, here there is a proxy object. See, this is nothing but CDS view. This table is built on top of this CDS view. Proxy object means CDS view. But you can't see this proxy object for every table, okay? Only some tables you can find. If you go Mara, you don't find that proxy object. See? So, okay. There is an SAP note. Let me show you that. You can go this CDS new documents, lot of things are there. Tomorrow I will go through that and explain you. I will also send you this, even you have or you don't have. For example, this one. Usually you get this error in S4 HANA systems when you add any fields in these tables. When you append any fields, custom fields in the standard table, you get this error, runtime error. The reason is these tables are built on top of some CDS views. Like I showed you, right? You can go S11 extras proxy object, you can see. So whatever fields you add in this field, same way the field should be added in that CDS view itself. But how do we add the field in that CDS view? By extending, like we did, right? By extending. For example, here the point is you added any field, not this field, not all fields, whichever fields are built on top of CDS views, you can go extras and proxy object. You can look here. If this field is, if this table is added one extra field using append, right? You will get runtime errors. Why? Because you also need to add that field into this CDS view. But this is a standard CDS view. How do you add that field? Using extension. You know already how to extend that. So you can see the same SAP note. I will also send this document to you along with the video. And you can find everything, even using the template, how we are extending that. Okay. So this is what. So tomorrow, what I will do in the first half, I will explain the documents and also other template, how to use AMDP in CDS view, how to use CDS view in AMDP. And in the first half, I will explain. Anyway, I have given you the introduction of UI5, so I will start OData tomorrow. So is it fine for you? Let me know if you have any issues or do you need
Fine,
any. Yeah,
fine for me. If any doubt is there, I'll
yeah,
inform.
yeah. Now I'm asking tomorrow, do you need any holiday or we can have a class? I'm just asking you.
It's okay for me. We can have a class.
Okay, I think others also fine, right?
Yeah, for me also fine, sir. Raju here.
Okay, okay, okay. Then
Uh,
yeah,
sir, one quick question. Hello.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I sent an email. I need some, sample resumes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. See, here already whatever documents I showed you, sent you, right? You can find one sample resume there. So you can use the same.
Okay, okay. I mean, only one. Can I get one or two like that?
Okay, I will try for that. But what do you do if you have multiple? But that one is enough because same thing you can use also. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.